welcome. This is the season review for Arsenal. I mean, it's not what they call you guys. Not Arsenal. The team who always, flatter to deceive. The Arsenal train is never late. The banter train. Every season they get to this point, the bubble. Oh, we're about to do something. Then that train just arrives every time, right on time. But hey, who am I to talk? My team probably finished worse. Who knows? But today I'm repping the GOAT, Messi. Let's do our intro. We start with ladies first. Part of the team, EJ, how you doing?
I'm good. Ready to talk about Arsenal. Let's go.
Let's talk about Arsenal. Okay. Next on, Ovi. Also, thanks for coming on, Ovi.
Yeah, I'm good. Happy. Summer, enjoying the summer heat, and I'm looking forward to next season. So I'm excited.
Okay. And the man that we had to send like a post to like Scotland Yard, we had to send request to the Prime Minister to get him to come. Finally, we found him. Somehow, somewhere, we found him. The Sam. How are you, my
guys?
friend?
It's good to be back on here, mate. I mean, it's been a while, last season now. Like I said earlier, last season now, I was just gonna prioritize my mental health. I thought, let me stay away from Arsenal. You know what I mean? But obviously, the season is over now, so I'm kind of back to my normal self. You know what I mean? So it's good to be on here. It's good to see you guys again. Yeah, let's get it on.
Okay. Before we jump in, let's do our normal ritual quick admin. If you are watching this and you like our content, share, like, subscribe. Footy Fantasy, you can see it there on YouTube and Twitter, Instagram, podcast version. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So just like, share, and subscribe. It's good for the algorithm. It helps us. We're going to dive in. Before we dive in, let me go ask Samuel.
Yes.
On summer plans? I know this is time people in London like when the
I think it's quite hot right now, which is really good. But to be honest with you, because obviously I just got a new job, different from my last job and all that, so I'm quite busy right now. And I think the missus has got plans anyway for us to go somewhere. I don't even know where it is, to be honest, but
oh, yeah, one of those people who pick you up.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Whatever she comes up with, I just follow. That's the boss right there. So yeah, she's got plans anyway. So when she comes up with the plan, we just do it anyway. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's been really good. It's quite hot and yeah, it's good. Loving it.
EJ always has plans.
I'm chilling. Yeah, it's very, very hot.
He always has plans.
It's hot here. I'm pretty sure it's way. Well, London's not usually, England's not usually as hot as it gets here.
No.
So
you guys are different over there, man.
Yeah. They're just trying to stay cool.
Ovi, what of you guys?
Summer quiet. We have a planned wedding in Jamaica this year. Next month.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So I'm taking my wife and the kids outside the country for the first time. So I'm sure they're all looking forward to that. But yeah, so the end of July, we'll be in Jamaica for 3-4 days.
Okay.
Just come back and get ready for the season. Woo!
That's a good intro. I guess let's just dive right in. I'll start with Ovi, since you started it. Over 10, what do you give Arsenal season rating? And tell me why.
Do you want a quick summary of my thoughts before the rating, or just the rating?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can.
Okay, so prior to the season starting, my initial thought was, my head was like, Arsenal will make top 4. We'll surprise everybody and we'll make top 4.
You told me
because
that.
I felt the fact that for the first time in a long time we're not going to play in Europe, we will have the squad to do this. Of course, there were little doubts with the signings, but once I just felt the advantage would be there. And no season, we never go into a season where everything you expect is going to happen in that season. That's why we enjoy the Premier League, is because there are surprises, there are ups and downs. One team will always mess up. It will be Arsenal this year, it will be Chelsea next year, it will be Man U next year. So my thoughts were, overall, we'll be good enough to finish 4th. Of course, after the first 3 games, I was like, nah, I must have been dreaming. Top six, top six it is. No matter what, I know this banter, but after we're going to finish last. No, no, no. We'll finish top six. We'll calm down. Everything will settle down. Finish top six. So that was the way I looked at it. So of course, like every other person, once we started looking like we could finish in the top four, I was excited. Like, you know what, these guys are above the curve. They're ready. But in the end, we're not ready. So I would say overall, I mean, I like what they did. This progress. I would say I'll give it a good 7/10.
Oh wow. Okay. 7/10. EJ, do you agree with that?
Well, I gave them a 6, and I think that's just an average of, I would say, 3, maybe 4 quarters of the season. So the first quarter, obviously, each quarter had some halves. It's very interesting because obviously the first 3 games, we lost those 3 games. And I wasn't like you. I didn't think we would be top 4 even without Europe. I just figured, I think they asked us this, we talk about this every start of the season. So I'm pretty sure I said we'll probably finish in top 6. I didn't really give us top 4. But I thought, after those first 3 games, we kind of stabilized. And then we went on some good runs. I enjoyed last season. I know we didn't finish. I would say we choked at the end of last season. But if you just kind of take the games one after the other, and the fact that I didn't really have too high expectations for the club, I think I liked it. I liked watching us when we beat those teams that people would have thought that we wouldn't beat. And then I liked the fact that we did the double over a few teams that over the last few years we have been missing the boat on. I just think that, like you said, Ovi, that's progress that we can build upon. So I'm talking about teams like Leicester, West Ham, Leeds, teams were dropping points to last season for no reason. And we're able to, like Aston Villa, another one. Just Wolves, boom, like 4 or 5 teams that we got 6 points from those teams, And then even United, we haven't lost to United like the last 3 or 4 seasons, whatever. We haven't really they haven't done the double over us. But Chelsea, same thing, getting points from those games. It just seems like, okay, yeah, we know our problem areas. We know we can't hang with the big boys, Liverpool and City. But, we're getting to the point where, okay, we're trying. We just need to convert more games. So Brighton next season, what can we do against Brighton? Crystal Palace, those teams those stragglers that we should be able to beat. Convincingly, we're not doing. So I give us a 6. I don't like the way we choked at the end because that was just a choke job because of being young, losing to Newcastle, dropping points that way. That was just stage fright. I think we'll be good next season. So I give us a 6/10 on average.
Then put to Newcastle. Oh, they saved my song.
You guys are died. These people have died. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. I know you were waiting. Okay, Sam.
Sorry, I'm gonna say something. It was clear that it was a choke job because Everton, you saw the way we killed Everton on the last game when there was no pressure.
Yeah.
And then the way Everton was beating Chelsea and United when it was time to go. I bet you if we had played Everton before Newcastle and Everton was the game that we needed to get points from, we would have somehow bottled it. It's just like stage fright, like I said, which can only come with time. With these kids, I think they need time. But yeah, 6/10.
Okay, maybe better players too. Maybe better players, not just time. Maybe better players. I think in some cases. Sam, thoughts? Over 10.
Honestly, I was gonna follow EJ as well, but I think I'll give them a 7.
Okay.
Now, this is why I'm giving Arsenal a 7, right? Because prior to the season starting, right, yeah, I had my thing was Arteta out straight away. Because after the season before the last season, right, I was expecting him to get into the finals of the Europa League. And my thing was, if you fail not getting to that final, you should leave. That was my thing straight away. And after I felt that, I thought, you know what, yeah, that's me done with Arteta. He needs to leave right now. So going to last season, right, I thought, you know what, nah, I think we'll just probably finish top 6, like you just said, and all that, yeah. And obviously, after the first 3 games, I was like, oh, I think we'll probably finish 18th or 19th. Or we struggle to even fight for relegation and all that. So, but then they obviously picked up again, and you could tell, they've got a game plan and everything, and I was actually enjoying it, for a while. Then now people keep saying the Newcastle game was was where the team messed up. But I disagree totally. I think it's the Spurs game that we messed up, because going to that Spurs game, right? Yeah, we had 4 points, bro. We have 4 points, and I'm thinking to myself, right? A proper manager, right? You will know going to that game, you've got nothing to lose. Just go in there, pack the boss, right? Counter attack. That's all you need to do. Because when it comes to creativity, right, Spurs are not even there at all. They're not like the City or the Liverpool that can create something, or they've got no, they cannot create nothing. So just pack the boss and just get out there with a draw. Then if we live there with that same 4 points, we go to Newcastle, because Newcastle went up. I mean, they went up right there. Do you know what I mean? They're coming up. So I knew straight away that going to Newcastle, we will never be able to win there. So even if we go to Newcastle with 4 points and we lose there, we still got 1 point going to our last game, which is against Everton at home. So we've got a point ahead of them still, Spurs, even if they win at home to Burnley, which obviously they did, right? So I was thinking, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, that's what is going to. But I saw Arteta go to Spurs and attack from the get-go. I'm thinking to myself, bro, what are you doing? We don't need this game. They need the game. They need to come at us. Just pack the boys. They'll come out because they need to, bridge that gap. That 4 points gap. They need to bridge that gap. They come at us. Just pack the boss, counter attack them. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. But I think it's just, obviously he's a rookie, right? And he hasn't got experience. Because I know Jose Mourinho, right, but done that same thing as well. Pack the boss. Or even Conte as well. Done that as well, because you're going away to Spurs. All you need to just go there, get a point, and that's it. You know what I mean? Or just nick a win. So personally, to me, I think from there on, I thought, you know what, I'm just done. I think he needs to leave and all that. So now that 7, right, was because obviously I wasn't expecting them to win 5 for top 4 at all. So I'm giving them 7. So but obviously we did, right? Yeah, but then obviously butted as well, like you just said. So altogether, I just let him at that 7. But naturally, I wasn't thinking, that we wouldn't be in that race for that top 4 to start with at all. So that's why I'm giving him 7.
Okay. I mean, I think that those are all fair points. If I had to give one, I'll say 6.5 for Arsenal. It's fair, I think. 6.5, maybe 6.
That's fair as well. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm a believer of when the moment is there, right? Like, yes, going into the season, all of that, that's true. I agree. And that's what gets it to 6. Resources, when you compare Arsenal's resources to the other challengers, Arsenal had the least resources. I think you guys have more resources, slightly more resources, in my opinion, than Spurs. Personal opinion. I think Spurs just have like 2 world-class strikers, but I think you guys have more
Who's the
resources.
worst player on Arsenal's team?
It doesn't matter though. Like I think
Let me
explain why. Let me
Yeah,
explain
but then
why,
again, you can pick Oba as one though. You can pick Oba as a
He wasn't on the
world-class
team.
player though.
He left in January.
Let me explain why
Then,
it doesn't
okay,
matter.
imagine, right? Okay, sorry, just cut you
Yeah.
short quickly. Imagine, right? You've lost your best striker in January, and my issue wasn't we losing Oba in January. My problem was we not replacing Oba in January, because there's no way you can lose that amount of goals and don't replace it. It makes no sense to me.
But he wasn't
You know what I
scoring
mean?
a lot of goals either. Remember?
Yeah, it wasn't scoring before he left, to be honest, right? But then again, right, we all know that was just a blip, right? It wasn't going to last long anyway. You know what I mean? Oba is not a type that will go the entire season or half a season without scoring goals or coming back to his form, because he's that good when it comes to scoring goals and all that. So I knew straight away, just a blip. But you got rid of Oba, you never replaced him. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
So my question for that, my question for that is, who would you have replaced him with
Listen,
in January?
honestly, right? Every player has got a price, right? Right now, right, we're looking at spending about 75 million or 60 million on Rafinha, bro. That makes no sense. We could have gone to the market in January, right, with 60 million and get a striker straight away, bro.
Yeah. So my question is, like I said, who would have replaced him? Just name 2-3 players that you can think of in January.
There's a lot of players right here that can replace him that are better than Nketiah, bro. I'm telling you. I can name one for you right now, yeah.
Okay.
Do you know Tony? Do you know Tony or Brentford?
Yeah. I mean, I would rather.
To me, Tony, right, yeah. Tony is better than Nketiah to me.
Okay. So that we don't deviate, right? Let me just wrap up my points. Let me finish my points. I think Arsenal going into the season had a better team than Spurs, right? Spurs, yeah, they have their 2 world-class strikers, but Arsenal had a better defense. That's not we can't. There's no need to argue down. You had a better defense. You had a better midfield than they did. They had Højbjerg and Harry Winks. That was their midfield
Winks,
going
yeah.
into the season. Now you
Yeah.
can say in January it changed, and that's kind of what boosted them, right? When they got Bentancur and they got Kulusevski on the
Yeah.
wing. But going into the season, you had a better score than them. You guys did. Let's be clear about
No
that.
doubt.
You did,
Yeah.
and it showed because they had a worse manager and they were terrible. But when they got a better manager that could optimize the resources, they became better. So because of that, I guess the 6. But the point I always go back to is when the moment appears, right? When the moment is there, you have to take it now. United were terrible.
Yeah.
Spurs were like up and down. They were good, but the moment was in Arsenal's hand. And I personally, and I know we can say yes, they're kids. That's fine. That's true. You can say that. But for whatever reason, whether they're kids or manager, those points have to be docked, in my opinion. That's why I'm docking the points. I'm like, max, I can give you 6.5, maybe 6. The moment was there for Arsenal and they choked. So
Absolutely.
That's why I give it 6.5 maybe.
Okay, so I have a quick question. I mean, 5, 6, 7, it seems like we're all in the same ballpark. But my question is, I'm sure, minus me, everybody here expected us to be in top 6, right? Beginning of the season, they finished top 6, and then you're giving them a 6. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of defeats it because you expected, this is what you expected. Like, this is what you thought reasonable was going to happen. And they did it. And then somehow, because they pushed a little bit harder than their weight, you are penalizing them for pushing above their weight. So, I mean, that's why I see.
I give them a 7, though. I give them a 7.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you did, Sam. Sorry. So, I'm telling you, that's why I see it, because at the end of the day, we are, and it's recency bias is normal. Everybody has it because you always want to do what's recent. Like, MVPs are the ones who do well at the end of the tournament, right? It's just because that's just how it is. So that's why overall I look at it as a 7, not because I'm happy, but because what did I expect at the beginning of the season and what did they do at the end? I can't complain.
I don't know. The moment was there, Sha. That's what I think.
Obviously.
He treats soccer like it's a one-off basketball game. Like moment
no. When moments are there, you take it. This is the reason we've criticized former teams in the past. We criticized Spurs about the moment being there, not winning the league when they were at their peak with Poch. We've criticized Leicester and Brendan Rodgers for things like the moment was there and they did not take it. It matters. Those things matter.
They know, yeah. And I think from transfer window, I think they know and they're trying to rectify that. Because that, like you said, Arsenal's first 11 can take on almost anything, maybe apart from Liverpool and Man City. And even those teams, Man City, we should have won the game. I'm just saying. So it's the bench. When Tomiyasu dropped, we're still fine. But the problem is when you drop Tomiyasu and you drop Tierney, then there's problem.
Yeah, like look at the Newcastle game. Who did we take as our backline? Every time, even to like after we lost to Spurs and lost Rob Holding, now we're dealing with injury and missing personnel. We had no Partey. If you look at the numbers, have you guys seen the numbers when Partey? When Partey?
EJ, that was why I said the sports game right here was the main thing, right? Because that was a debut to start with, right? Secondly, we shall go into that game, no attacking, not looking to win that game. Yeah, if you could defend right against Liverpool and Man City properly, bro, Spurs can't even create nothing. They have no creativity at all.
But we were not defend. We didn't sit back against Liverpool and City.
But we defended properly. That's what I'm saying. We defended properly against those teams.
So we were doing that until we got a red card.
So are you telling me, right? We should have lost that game 3-0 against Spurs? We had no business with that game 3-0.
I mean, we lost the game after we got that penalty. That was a fluke penalty.
Yeah, but we weren't actually into the game even for that red card. We're into the game. We're not into the game at all.
We were pretty into the game.
We were shaky. We were shaky. If you watch that game properly, we're shaky before that red card because Rob what's his name? Odin had a yellow card, right?
Right.
Before that red card. And straight away you could tell this guy is not himself. He's gonna get set off. Straight away, I knew it.
I think we had our own chances in the beginning of that game, and then they were coming at us really heavy. Obviously, they have two amazing players up front. I can't remember how that one's name starts with a K and so on. But yeah, I think personnel killed us.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened. I think we choked. I mean,
I think that Arsenal choke, I agreed, but like I think the team is learning on the job. The coach is the youngest, the player is the youngest, director is
Yeah,
the youngest, the
but
youngest.
then again, we don't need that though. That's what I'm.
So that's why they're improving. But
Why not?
For a club like Arsenal, right? We don't need a rookie manager. We do not need that. There's no
but
time for that.
we are the phase where this is what we want to do, and the Arteta has sold the plans to the owners, and they
That's
trust
what I'm
him.
saying. This is what they want to do, but it does not mean this is what we want to do.
Yeah,
How do
but
we do that?
you can't win the league every season. Now you got to a point where your team was so bad, you need to refresh. This is how to refresh.
Listen. Yeah,
That's just
honestly,
it.
right. I think our
We'll
mistakes
get
over the
there.
years,
We'll get to
right?
the Arteta
For the
debate.
past 2-3 seasons, right?
Let's
Is
put
Arteta's
let's
fault.
put
To me personally, he needs to go. He should have been gone 2 years ago.
Let me go to that point. Let's get there. We'll talk about Arteta. Let's hold on first. Top 3 players of the season. EJ, who are your top 3 Arsenal players of the season?
3-2-1, Ramsdale, Odegaard, and Saka. Kayo Saka.
Ramsdale number 3. Interesting.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get number 3. I didn't really think another person was really truly deserving. Ramsdale was up and down, mostly down towards the end. But again, he had I would say the people in front of him towards the end weren't reliable.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Fair enough.
I don't know who else was number 3.
I just felt like Ramsdale was doing this thing where he was fooling people with
You guys are
what
hating.
what they call those saves. Those
You guys, you don't watch.
Hollywood saves.
yeah, like just regular shot. The guy almost died past the
You
shot.
guys,
Like,
you're just beefing Ramsdale, man. You guys should leave him alone.
it's not even that serious.
You guys should let him be.
It's so hard.
Guys, Obi knows that I'm right. The guy dives so fast the ball sometimes. Like, bro, chill.
That was one of the plays of the year against Leicester.
I was just flying. I was like, bro, it's not that serious. You're in England squad. England is full of shit. But you don't need to do this thing. You're just going to break your back. You just fly. I'm like, bro, relax, man. So I personally think Ramsey is very, very overrated. That's my personal opinion.
That's your opinion, though, yeah? I like that.
Obi, top 3.
I would say based on ability. So I'll give a final top 3, but I just wanted to point out something. I know there were injuries. Without injuries, I would have said Tomiyasu, Partey, Saka. But we couldn't count on Tomiyasu and Partey for when we needed them. So my top 3 would be Ben White, Odegaard, and Saka. So when I say top 3, I mean Ben White is 3rd and Saka is number 1. So from the back. But like I said, Tomiyasu hardly put a foot wrong.
Right.
Why I'm not putting him in my top 3 is because he missed 2-3 months.
Yeah, he missed the whole of January, February, March.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put him in my top 3. I'm just trying to point out that when he was fit, he was faultless.
Yeah.
Partey, in the middle of the season, got to levels of I couldn't even believe. So he was playing well, but the problem is he got injured again, so we suffered for it. But I mean, ideally, overall, looking at everything based on availability and what they did for the team, Ben White, I know people like to banter him. I was so happy with him because he just came in quietly, did his job, match in, match out, no issues. Odegaard, that's my favorite player. He's taking his. I like the way he plays. I just like the way he plays. So that's my favorite player. And of course, Saka, Mr. Reliable. That's the way I look at it. 3-2-1.
Sorry, I'm going to say this stat about Partey, just so we can have it on record. I definitely saw it. Numbers of games he played, on average, we got 2.4 points. When he was not on the pitch, on average point, I think it was either 1. It was either 0.8 or 1.
Yeah, 0.9 something. I think it was 0.9 something.
So that difference is staggering.
It is.
Yeah, that was it. When Partey is fit, the team is something else.
Partey and his durability. That's a big problem for us.
Right.
Remember we talked about this last time. I brought it up. It's a big problem because he keeps always not being available at the crucial.
Yeah, I just think it's just the change in league and all that. I mean, the league is quite pacey and all that. You know what I mean? And if you're coming from a lower league, well, I wouldn't say lower league, a slower league, let me put it that way. Yeah, that obviously you go, there's more technicality and all that. And you come into a league where everything is just from one end to the other quickly, and you're playing midfield, right? I mean, obviously, if you're not careful, right, you start getting injured easily and all that, and it might take you a while for you to get used to it. I think that's what one party right now, and it might because at his former club, right, he hardly gets injured there.
Are you sure?
You know what
I
I mean?
think La
No,
Liga.
go
Yeah,
check
yeah.
Google it right now. Yeah, he
But
probably
getting
got injured. I
older.
think. Yeah, he probably get injured. Probably won. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's Ghanaian, right? And
Oh
he's
yeah, football
African
age.
anyway.
Let's
So you can
add that.
say he's 28 right now, 29.
His
He's probably
age.
27.
I,
So
I don't
I
know who's
understand where you're
watching.
coming from. I get that,
Football
but at
age.
the same time, I think it's just the league, though. To be honest, the pace and everything is just mad, bro. It's different. It's different.
That's not
So,
games. That's not the less
but yeah,
games. Last 2 seasons. Now people are going to play
uh,
way more games.
yeah. With me,
That's
right? I think I'll go with Saka, Odegaard, and Gabriel Magalhaes.
okay.
Because I think he was the highest scoring defender in the league this season, right? And people forget that.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
that,
I press the number.
yeah, I think it's in the back. Yeah, he has 6 goals, I think. And that, right, that is a lot for a defender and all that. And when it comes to 1-to-1 as well, he's quite good at that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think I'll give it to him, to be honest. So I'll pick Saka, Odegaard, and Gabriel. That's for
Gabriel,
me.
man. The only thing I don't really rate about the guy, that's his fake hairline, man. Come on, bro.
Bro, you jealous, right? You jealous?
No, I'm not jealous.
Bro,
No.
you jealous, yeah?
I'm Team Badman. It's fine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're going to get a hairline done. Come on,
Bro,
bro.
it's money,
Get
bro.
up
When you got money, you can do anything you want to do, bro.
Big man. The faces in Portugal. Come on, that hairline looks. I'm like, oh, this guy. That hairline looks.
Oh,
It looks like it was done by you,
just
Sam.
your
It
age,
looks like that
bro.
hairline
Come
was
on,
done
man.
by you. It looks like a Sam that did the hairline. That thing is very, it's very sketchy. That's what I'm going to say. But I think he's a good defender. Okay,
Leave my
flop
boy
of-
alone, man.
Sam, who is Arsenal's flop of the season, in your opinion?
I'll tell you, to be honest.
Oh, I said player though. Which player? is flop
No,
of-
bro, listen, I don't even want to. To me, I don't think any player has a fault. I tell you, as a fault to me. That's what I'm gonna pick, bro. That's listen. Because me personally, right? I just think, Arteta is that big tech Pep. He wants to act like Pep, right? But it's not Pep. Do you know what I mean? Now, listen here. When it comes to players, right here, every player has got their own personality and everything, right? And if you as a manager, right, you haven't got that history behind you, like you're not a top level manager, right? You shouldn't act like one. Do you know what I mean? Arteta is not at that level where if every player don't listen to you, you just get rid of them. It doesn't work that way. Do you know what I mean? Pep can do that because he's got history behind him. He's got trophies and everything. He's got respect to that. And because he's obviously trained under Pep, right? He thinks he can just bring that same energy to Arsenal. It doesn't work that way. Listen, give me a reason, right, why Saka, right, had to play almost every game last season when we had Pepe on the bench. 72 million player, bro. The season before that, Pepe got probably about 11, 12 goals for us from the wings. What has Pepe done wrong, right? That Saka had to play almost every game while Pepe was on the bench. That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Absolutely no sense to me. Because see, listen.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Wait. I'll let you say your mind. Yeah, I'll let you.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is every player has got their own personality. And if
Fair enough.
you are a manager, right, yeah, you need to know how to control or how to manage his personality. That's just the way it works.
I
You know what I mean?
Sketchy.
If Pepe, right, is not playing to your instruction or is not doing what you want him to do, the same things, right, you can actually, or the same ways you can actually get rid of him. Now on Pepe, right, for all we know, right, probably get about 20 million for him or about 10 million selling him now because he had no games last season whatsoever. Let him play, right? Let him shine. Let him play. Let him do whatever he wants to do, so we can get more money for him and get rid of him. That's how you do it.
Okay.
Now, my fear now, yeah, he's coming to next season, right? Saka might get injured and be out for like about 6 months because that boy's played too many games, man, for that age.
Yeah.
I remember what happened to Wilshere as well. Wenger overplayed Wilshere, bro. That's what happens with young players, man. They're quite young. Their bones are still growing, bro. You can't just play them like that. So Arteta to me is the flop of the season, 110%. That's what I'm gonna give because I mean there's no way I can give. What am I gonna give? Is it Tavares that scored against you guys? Tavares has done well, man. For scoring a goal against United. For scoring a goal against United, he's got my mind, bro. He's got my heart already, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna give Tavares. I'm gonna give. I tell you that straight away. To me, he's a flop on the season, man. You know, he bottled the top 4. He had the top 4 right there, bro. He bottled it.
Okay.
He did. So I'm gonna give it to Arteta straight away. Nobody else, bro.
EJ football season, and we can leave the response to Arteta to when we get to Arteta being a mistake.
I don't think Arteta is a flop.
Just for the time start.
Yeah, I think this is a hard question. Who chose it? I think. I think I have to give it. I think it's gonna make Sam mad, but it's Pepe. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, Pepe, yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely him because I'll tell you why. Not in a bad way. He didn't really play, but
there you go. That's why you can't give it to him.
Yes, but I feel like if he had shown them a reason why he should play, then he would have played more. Even when we gave him the opportunity, he wasn't really outdoing anything. He wasn't outdoing himself. He wasn't stepping up to the plate.
I disagree.
He didn't force the issue. There are ways to force the issue. If you want to play. I
disagree, man. Did you see that game against Wolves?
Which one? The second one?
The one at home, yeah, at the Emirates when he came on.
Okay.
Yeah, he got us a goal and he made the assist as well for Lacazette. And the next game was on the bench. He didn't even come on the next game. We won that game because of Pepe came on. Pepe came on, right? Got us a goal and an assist, right? And the next following game, he was on the bench. He didn't even come on. That's not how you do things, man. You don't do things that way.
Yeah, but okay, so like when they're picking teams, if your first team player is fit, what's the reason to bench them? Like you have to like battle it out in training or something.
Yeah, but then again, you got to rest players though.
He's what?
You've got to rest your players. Yeah.
What's the next game after Wolves? I don't remember the calendar exactly, but like there's some games that you don't rest players for. Like it's just, I mean, I get it. Like it's hard to pick him as the one, but I don't know another one. Am I going to say Shaka or like, you know, what am I going to choose? Laka. Probably Laka actually. Laka is actually a good one because
you can pick Laka because you got 4 goals as striker.
The old
it was useless as well. It was useless.
Sorry, change the answer. Sorry for trying to rationalize Pepe.
Thank you very much.
Who at his age and his level, and the fact that he's supposed to be our only striker after we lost should be scoring more goals. And actually, we had to bench him to bring my young friend in because he was not performing. So yeah, I agree. Sorry to Pepe.
That's all right. I'll take that.
Like he became the new Firmino. You know, Arsenal fans, I'll see online, they say, you don't know his job. I'll look at the score. He has only 3 goals. They say, you don't know his job. He presses from the front. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a pressing striker. At
some point, Laka would set up the ball. He's in the box. He had no confidence to shoot. He would set up the ball for one of the younger guys to come in. And I'm like, why is not getting Saka and the other guy? Why are they taking more shots than you are? No confidence to shoot. And he's like almost a box-to-box midfielder at the end. But, you know, that's why I've been calling for him to leave for the last 3 years. So I'm happy.
Pepe, I'll say my thoughts on Pepe. Pepe just looks like, you know, one of those guys that just wants to go to like Awilo nights and just have fun. Like he doesn't come across.
I don't trust that guy anymore.
Sorry to stereotype people, but that's why when I see him, like someone that just goes to Awilo nights in London with his fellow Francophone brothers. He doesn't even think about football. He's just having fun.
Honestly, right. You guys are gonna go. You guys are gonna get me mad if anybody picks Pepe again. Because if you're not playing, there's no way you can be a flop. Do you know what I mean? If you're playing, then I understand. If you're playing and you're like what you said, right? With Lacazette, right? He was playing regularly, but he couldn't score goals. Then I'll accept that. I mean, he flopped. But Pepe, he hardly played
because he sucked. That doesn't mean like if you're good,
how do we know? I mean, you can't really know if players suck if they're not playing.
The coach knows he don't like him.
He does not like him. That's what I'm saying. He does not like him. So
yeah,
it becomes personal. It becomes personal, though. It becomes personal, isn't it?
Personal, is it like, okay, if I don't like, a lot of coaches do this. I don't know why Manchester United, why wasn't Sancho starting regularly? Not that they didn't like him, but maybe they didn't want to use him in that moment. I don't know why Arteta didn't want to use him.
Yeah, so there you go.
It's like saying they have to bench Saka for Pep. They play the same position. No, Saka really had to get injured for Pepe to have a look in. That's just like you can't compete with him.
Okay.
No, that means the coach has got a personal agenda against that player. Because if you look at the
I'm not
season,
gonna say it's not true. Possibly, yes.
if you look at the season before the last season, right, Pepe was our best attacker.
That's not
You
saying
know what I'm
much.
saying? He was our best attacker. If you look at it, do you know what I mean? After was it over? Yeah, but then again, following season it became useless. How?
Pepe has not. He has never overachieved. Let's be honest. He has never done anything spectacular.
Yeah, but then again, listen,
People praise him. I mean, groups where
EJ,
people pray for Pepe to perform, and it's
EJ, I
not.
get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from, right? It's never
See that guy next
overachieved
year.
and all that. But what I'm telling you, right, Arsenal would be at the moment right now. It's like you putting a one-eyed man, right, in the midst of the blind people, right? It's gonna be that king there. That's how it is. Arsenal as a football club right now, we're not right up there. So Pepe is just where he needs to be. He needs to be at Arsenal where we're not good enough. That's what I'm saying. So if we cannot make use of that, then obviously we've got a problem.
Was Emery that bought Pepe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emery can take him back.
Yeah, Emery. Yeah.
Was Emery okay. Ovi.
Remember, he wanted that guy Zaha, I think. And then
that's what. Yeah.
Man. Yes, I'm saying justice for Emery. I'm just going to say that justice for that Emery.
Where do I start? I don't even know. I just kept quiet because I was just trying to take it all in and so I can break it all the point.
That's all I need. We are going to next.
Sam mentioned Arteta. I mean, I don't understand how.
Hold that thought to the next section about Arteta.
Okay.
Let's finish.
Definitely not Arteta for me. Okay. I will agree with EJ's initial decision. Nicolas Pepe. I don't know if you know this, but me and you talked about Pepe the first season he signed. I am one of Pepe's biggest fans, believe me.
I remember.
The fact is, I mean, I cannot choose Cedric because Cedric actually tried when he came on, and until it was too much and he started showing. But I mean, the little bit he did, he tried. I can't choose Tavares because he's a fledgling. I can't even choose him. Yeah. So the only people like Pepe and Laka I can look to. And there was a 3-month spell, as bad as it was, that we were functioning well with Laka. Even though he was pressing and not scoring, we were still functioning.
He was playing those games.
Sorry?
He was playing.
But I'm saying the team as a whole was winning. They were winning the games.
Yeah.
So that I can't choose Laka because he helped us at the time when we were struggling. For Pepe, Arteta has a fault in this too. But my fault with Arteta is just one instance I can think of, and that is right after Wolves, you should play him. Not because you should bench Saka. Play the two of them. At the time, I miss Petrol and Odegaard. I miss Petrol and Martinelli were struggling. So in that moment, you cannot bench a guy that just came in the last game, scored one, assisted one, won you the game. The only game we won from behind this season.
Absolutely.
And then you bench him the next game. So that's where my fault is with Arteta. Yeah. But still, Pepe against Aston Villa, he almost drew the game because he came on late and lost the ball and was just playing with the ball. No awareness, no street smarts. Against Leeds, that he was supposed to score and score a second goal, he stopped halfway line and started cutting back and did some funny things. I mean, so there's so many times that you have to look at. Like I said, I'm one of his biggest fans. The first time I saw Pepe, I thought, "Woo, he's not a world-class player." Pepe is not ready. He's not serious. We need to move him on. Sam was mentioning that you have to manage your team now. We won't sell him well now because we didn't play him. That was the last thing on Arteta's mind. We lost the Champions League by 1 game. How can he be thinking about what Pepe's price is going to be when he's trying to make Champions League? That's the list of his problems. His problem is to win every single game at every single time. And as long as Saka was fit, he will play because he was our best player. So that's what you can't blame him for that. All I can blame him for is the game after Wolves, when you brought in a player, came in, changed the game for you, The next game, find a way to put him. If not, play him as striker. Find a way to play him.
Yeah.
Because he will kill the guy's morale, which is what he did, play him. And of course, after that, he just went downhill from there. So that's my fault with Arteta. But Pepe still on his own did not show anything to show that it was serious. He had one great game. That was it. Pretty much, that was it.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, I'll add to what you just said right now. Yeah. Now, me personally, right? If a player knows, right, that he's not gonna play the next game, or whoever is in charge of the team, right, does not like him, even if you put him on, right, yeah, tell me, bro, you're just gonna go in there because you know, even if you play very well, next game you probably won't play still. It's not. It doesn't help you in any way. And secondly, right, yeah, Ayo, I want you to write this down somewhere. Yeah, I can see Pepe, right, leaving Arsenal, right, going to another club and start playing properly, start balling properly. Trust me, he's not a bad player.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Arteta does not value him as somebody that he can use. He's not Arteta's cup of tea. That's correct.
Fine, it doesn't fit the role Arteta wants. And I can't blame Arteta for that. It's his team now. At the end of the day, when his team don't qualify, he gets all the blame, right?
Yeah.
So he can as well choose people he wants to play.
That's why it's a flop. It's a flop for me because
no. Pepe, like, I looked at Pepe sometimes and I was like, instead of bringing in Pepe, just bring in Omari Hutchinson or something. I'm like, what is going on here? The guy looks I was like, come on, you're a pro player now. What is going on? He looked disinterested. He looked like he didn't understand tactics. He looked just confused. Like, pretty much, the only way you can bring Pepe in is if you're losing the game. You can't bring Pepe in 1-0. You can't, because every time they brought him in, you will make a mistake, consider a free kick, something stupid. I'm like, what is going on? The problem with that Arsenal with Arteta is that Man City will be winning the game 3-4-0 and they can rest the brain. Arsenal's games were at level where most of our games are 1-2 goal margins. So we couldn't really play, because if Arsenal was losing a game 4-0, 50 minutes, they can remove Saka now. The problem is, most times we're leading 1-0, we score a late goal 2-0, and the game is over at the end of. So we're strong, we win the game 2-1, or we score 2-0, and the team scored a late goal, and we're trying to defend. So we're not at that level. If we're a team that won some games 4-5-0, people would have probably gotten more time. The problem is, most of our games at crunch time, we're leading by 1 goal margin. You can't be bringing in Pepe when you're leading by 1 goal margin. You're trying to make Champions League. You're trying to bring in Pepe. What is Pepe going to do for you? And so that's but there was no, the little you gave him, he didn't show anything. The game they brought in Martinelli against Newcastle, he came in and was just hungry. You could see that this guy is ready for game time. Pepe will come in and will be dancing and I'm like, what are you doing? You're a pro player, Pepe. Do something.
I will lose steps for the night. What are you talking about?
So that's why, like I said, I'm one of his biggest fans. I like Pepe. I like him. I want him to be great, but I cannot see it.
Honestly, I just think Pepe was not Arteta's cup of tea, to be honest. And you just say,
it wasn't even Emery's cup of tea. That's why you have to back your manager, because you give a player does not want. Is this what's going to happen?
Right.
Emery didn't want Pepe. He wanted Sarr. Emery didn't want Torreira. He wanted the guy that used to be Stoke, Uzonzi. All those kind of players. Yeah. But they gave him Torreira. They said, "Oh, this guy is young, he's playing." And so you have to back. So if Arteta wants Viera, you have to. If Arteta wants Rafinha, please give it to him, so that when there's time to judge him, there's no excuse. Correct. We can judge him properly and fire him if we need to fire him, or give him a new contract if we need to give him a new contract. Let's go. So that's what I think.
You've given a contract already. So quickly on Pepe.
No, another one now. Next year, another contract again.
Okay. Please give it 10 years. Quite quickly on Pepe, though. I think Pepe now, on the serious note, Pepe in Lille, like Lille was a counter-attacking team, right? They played the transition always, consistently. And Pepe, it looks to me, I guess, I don't watch enough Arsenal games, but from what I see and all the tapes I saw from Lille and all the tactics they've written about Pepe, Pepe is that guy that functions in counter-attacking system where he can run in space and break in space, shoots, pass. That I think it was like what you said. You buy a player, you don't know how to use him, you don't know his qualities, and this is what happens. You don't buy into a system, you just buy a player because it was available. and you could tie him down to like what? He got like a 6-year contract, some ridiculous
5-year
6
contract.
5 year,
5 years.
so
5 years.
instead of getting player that manager wants. Arteta, mistake to continue with him or not? EJ, we're not heard from you in a while. What are your thoughts?
So when you say mistake to continue, we're talking about the fact that we've already signed him, extended his contract, and we're clearly continuing with him. I think it's the right choice. I think, well, I've gone up and down with Arteta over the last few years that he's been with us. At first, I was like cautious, and then I bought in, and then he bottled the Europa League, pissed me off. I told him, I said Arteta out, and then I calmed down again when the season started, and then I think I'm at this point where I'm definitely just on the train. I'm like, let's follow the train to the end of the bus, the train stop. I think, like I said, I enjoyed the season. The ups and downs, everything. And I think with these reinforcements that we're adding, you guys know the rumors and the whatever else the people we've already signed. I think we are slowly turning over the team, which is what I've asked for. I was like, let's turn over the team, give him the people he wants, let him make his mistakes. He's young, and then watch to see if there's progress. I think we clearly seen a jump in progress. People will say that it's because other teams fell off, but if you look at like I said earlier, those matches that we won where last year we didn't win, that's our own internal progress. So we're marking ourselves against ourselves, and you can see that we're making progress. So I think next year should be better, even if we're playing all these extra competitions. One-off competitions are strange. You either win or you lose, and you go home. The league is long-term, so I don't think it's a big deal to play extra games. Like, in fact, this season it felt like sometimes we're playing 3 games a week towards the end of that because we lost the whole of January. But then by lost the whole of January, we didn't play many games in January. But then for the first few weeks of January, we played a lot of games. So I don't know. I think we'll be fine. And I think Arteta is the right person to see this project through because these are now his players. So let's get more people in, let him do his job. They are cooking. They are, and they're buying players. They're convincing players to come to
They
us.
ain't cooking nothing, mate.
Well, I mean,
They ain't cooking nothing. EJ, they ain't cooking nothing.
Hold on.
I can tell you. I'll let you finish anyway. Yeah.
Convincing players to come that wouldn't ordinarily come, right? Like, I think even that we always heard about Jesus towards the end of the season. I've been on Twitter saying, Jesus is coming. Good idea. He hasn't really, I don't think they've announced it yet, but in theory, it's done. I don't know if we would get that player without Arteta and the squad. I think the familiarity he had with him in City helped. I think Edu being Brazilian helped. I think us being Brazilian part 2, Brazilian national juniors team helps. Things like that. I think we're building something that's good. Young players, very, very young team that are just playing fearlessly. Yes, they're going to choke here and there, but let them make their mistakes, let them grow. And then in 3 years, these people are not going to be in their prime. If nobody poaches them, they're just going to don't expect anything now. Expect it in 2 to 3 years. So you need Arteta to follow the project that long.
Trust the process. EJ is feeling the process.
You heard it. I reserve the
We're
right.
excited.
Hold on, I reserve the right to change my this season if anybody annoys me.
That's true. Yeah, you reserve the right. Obvious. Was it a mistake to give Arteta that 3 or 4 year contract? Remind me again.
No,
4 years.
3 years?
yeah, I think it's 3 or 4 years.
No, 3.
Oh,
Like
that's
3
kind
and
of short.
1 more.
That's kind of short. And it hit a lot of good points there. So, like I said, I mean, I've always liked the idea of Arteta because I felt for the kind of football we wanted to play, ideally you want to get someone like Pep. You can't get Pep, so why don't you get somebody who is second to him and in the system? That's why I started at the beginning. I'm not saying I think that Pep
Yeah, Arteta doesn't
2.5.
play anything like Pep. Let's be clear, he doesn't. People say that a lot. Like, no, he doesn't.
No. What I'm saying is, for the system we're trying to play, right? We wanted someone who's going to play progressive football. who understands the game, who is critical, who passing kind of football. That's what we want in Arsenal. That's what our generation has grown up. What we call the Arsenal way.
Correct.
Before then, we used to play defensive football,
Yeah.
but what we
One-
know is technical football. Good technical players on the ball, right? So I've always been on the Arteta train. I've had a couple of times where I was like, maybe this guy is not this guy. But that's like after Europe, after Emery. Emery beat us in Europa League. Okay. First 3 games of the season, I was like, there's something going on here. But once they started winning, I'm like, okay, yeah. So just one of the guys were there in the new players were not in the lot of stuff going on. So I'm always for I feel that that's the right way to go. This season, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, why give him a new contract? Just let him. Let's go into the next thing without a contract." I felt that was never an option. There are other two things: either you give him a new contract or you fire him, because you don't want to. You cannot convince. Arteta cannot convince players with 1 year on his contract to come. People like Gabriel Jesus, people like Rafinha, he can't convince them. They will not come. So for you to either you back him or you fire him. That's the way I saw it, and I was definitely for backing him. I'm moving on. So that's clear. That's very easy for me. What I would say is, like I keep saying every time, I know he's young. He's learning on the job. As much as we hate it, that's just a fact. He's very tactically sound and all that, but there's some things he has to learn, like management, man management. He will get better at all those things. But they've seen enough in some other things to know that once those other areas are rounded up, he will be elite. And that's what they are saying. That's what the owners are saying. That's what they are banking on. That's what they're hoping. So you cannot now go through the pain of the last 2 years and not fire the guy. Because then why did you hire him in the first place? This is what's expected to happen. Like we're moving forward. That's all that matters. We're moving forward. He's building his team. Liverpool, Man City did it. They bought players 3-4 years ago that were in their early 20s, mid 20s. That's what we're doing. So that when they grow in 2 years' time, hopefully they can be winning the league. Hopefully they can be winning Champions League. That's what they want.
Okay.
Don't smile. I'm serious now.
Never. That will never happen.
So what I'm saying is, this is the plan. Everybody should plan. Doesn't mean that your plans will all come true, but that's the idea. You have to have your ambition. That's why they have to move forward with this guy because they've already started with this guy. Not because he's a bad. He has made progress. He has turned out this team. If you look at the squad, I look at the squad of Arteta's first game. There are like 2 players left in Arsenal from that starting lineup, Saka and somebody else. I'm like, this is just he has had to sell so many players just to get to where he wants to be. So for me, it's an easy decision. You go with the guy, but this season, I think this is going to another expectation. So I don't want to talk about what happened if obviously he doesn't get it. But I feel like I have a particular barometer that at the end of this season, next season, I will judge him by. And at that, my decision is going to for the last season that passed. I was like, my worst is you have to be in Europe, and he did it. So there's no give him a new contract, move on. But for next season, there's a particular criteria. If he doesn't make it, if you tell me I take that out at that point, I will listen to you.
Yeah.
So that's why I see it. So for me, it's easy. Go with him.
Contracts are made to be broken.
One thing I'll say about Arteta is that he seems to be very good at convincing players on his project. He seems to be very good on convincing our owners. Now we are spending money. Emery couldn't convince anybody. Emery did not seem confident to convince people of his own project.
Justice for Emery.
Sorry?
Justice for Emery. That's
Arteta,
all
he's got a sweet mouth. That's all he's got, bro.
Whatever it is, he's making the owners spend money on players that we need, that are good quality players, right? So we can't complain about that. What he knows how to sell his project.
Completely.
Stop ducking Emery for the fact that his English is not as good as Arteta. So justice for Emery. He's a better manager. Please stop comparing them.
He's not a better manager. Let's go.
PJ, stop it. He's a far better manager than
He's not.
He's not.
What has he done?
Emery's a far better
manager.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Villarreal to Champions League semi-final. Are you guys serious?
That's what I'm saying. One-off games are different. Anything can happen.
It's a cup competition. Doesn't mean anything.
Nah.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
He's coming 7th and 8th in the league.
No. Stop this.
I disagree with that. Absolutely.
Nah, ain't no better manager. We saw that guy up close.
He's not. No.
Agree with that.
Like I said, that one is clear. He's not.
He's
But
not.
absolutely disagree with that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
Sabo, let's go.
Now,
Arteta.
with me, right, I think it's just a mistake anyway. Let him continue, to be honest. And let me just clarify that Emery and Arteta issue, right? Emery is a far better manager than Arteta. That's not even that's a fact.
He's just
That's
older.
a fact.
Literally,
That's a
that's
fact. That's a fact. Because if you look at Emery right here, he's a manager that will get you trophies. He came to Arsenal right here. We never gave him that chance. The chance we're giving Arteta right now, he never had it, and that's terrible. He never had it. 18 months it was at Arsenal for. 18 months we got rid of him. Do you know what I mean?
older. He's
And
like
and
twice his age.
and
He has
my
to
own
be
thing,
older.
right? My own thing right here with Arteta is when he first came in, right, I wasn't really keen on him. I wasn't really sure what I was going to get. But after that first interview he had, right, he had answers for every question that came his way. I was like, okay, this guy can talk. Okay, let's see if he's going to back that up. 6 months down the line, right, he won us the FA Cup. Yeah, he won us the FA Cup, right, and he won us the Community Shield, right. I'm like, okay, trophies. I love that. That's good. Okay, let's let him be. The following season, right here, he flopped. That's me personally, because if you think right here, you've got, I mean, you're Arsenal, right, and you want to act like Pep, then you've got a problem, because the semi-final of the Europa League against Villarreal, Arteta played a false nine, like Pep did. I'm thinking to myself, bro, you cannot do that. This is the Arsenal, bro. If you need to win a game, we need strikers up top. He had Aubameyang on the bench. He had Nketiah on the bench. And even had Martinelli as well, right, that he could play up top. He never did that. He played a false nine. And we lost that game. I was like, you know what? This guy is just trying to learn. Use Arsenal to learn his trade and all that. I'm not up for that. I want him out straight away. Now, this season, right, I'm thinking, okay, well, in this season now, giving me a new contract was never a problem for me. Is when he was given that contract at the time was given that, because they gave that contract, right, like literally days before the sports game. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, right, let him finish the season, right? Let's see where he ends up. If he gets into top 4, give him a contract. Do you know what I mean? But after they give him that contract, we just went down straight away. Because literally, this man is actually playing. Yeah, he's trying to make a name for himself and hopefully make you guys see that, okay, he deserves a contract. But you guys give him a contract even before showing he deserves one. They gave him that contract, right? After that, we just went down drain straight away. Now, personally, to me, Arteta should be gone like a year and a half ago, bro. Because whoever is good for the good, right? Yeah, it's good for the gun as well. Do you know what I mean? Emery got fired, right, after 18 months at Arsenal, bro. He almost got into top 4. He missed out on top 4 by a point, I think. Or was it a point or so? Just a point. Missed out on top 4. And the following season got fired.
Because he was throwing away games.
So let me.
Yeah, but he missed out on top 4. The same thing I did. He missed out on top 4 with a point.
So let me ask, why did he get fired?
He got fired because he was on a bad run.
So tell them.
No, that's not what. No. Bro, listen, no. You missed it.
He was on a bad run. Yeah, he lost probably about 3 games or so. No, actually 2 games. He lost because Arteta lost 3 games in a row and he had his job.
We know why he lost those 3 games, though.
No. But as I said, you've not answered the question of why Emery got fired. That's not why Emery got fired. Emery got fired because he lost the dressing room. They're 2 different things.
Nah.
Arteta, even when he's
if that's the reason, if that's
a very patient club. They won't fire you for losing 3 games. They fire you for losing the dressing room. They're 2 different things.
Listen, if that's the reason, right? If that's the reason, right, then Arteta as well to lose the room to me.
He didn't lose it.
He lost it.
He never lost it. He never lost it. That's the problem.
Ozil issue. over issue, you're
No.
losing it.
He fell out with players while not losing the dressing room, which was
Yes.
crazy.
Nah,
Do you
I
know what?
disagree. I disagree. I disagree.
The club decided that
See,
this time around
see,
we're not backing
see.
players. That's exactly what happened. Let's be
See,
serious.
Ayo. I'll tell them what
He
Arteta
was
did.
the
Right?
dressing room and the player that
I'll
See,
tell them what Arteta did.
doesn't
I'll tell them what
matter.
Arteta did.
The club
Right?
just decided now that okay, this time we are not backing players. That's what happened. Let's be fair.
Ayo. I'll tell them
I'll
what
tell
No,
Arteta
no,
did.
no.
Right? That made it
Zero
smart.
sense. That will never happen. If you lose the dressing room, it'll be very obvious.
Listen.
Obvious.
It was
Izzy,
not.
I'll tell you guys what Arteta did. Right?
Ayo.
It's different from
I
Emery.
do.
What he did was after losing the dressing room, right? He got rid of those players, right? That are giving him problems. The players like Socrates, like Kolasinac, Ozil, all of them.
He did.
He got rid of them. That's all he did. Different. That's all. He lost.
We don't need those players. What's going
That's all
on?
he
There's
did.
some people that were not playing.
Exactly my
You
point.
have missed it.
That's what he did.
Okay.
Sam, there's difference between having some unhappy players and losing the dressing room. When Arteta came, Arsenal had almost 35 players. Everybody cannot play. So some people are not going to play. Those guys, they say, I don't want these guys because they're not in my class. It's not losing dressing room. How you know you lose dressing room was immediately Oba was benched. We started winning. Laka, his best friend, was playing very well in that moment. So if we lose dressing room, Laka would be the one you will see it in Laka.
No. Listen.
I got it.
What you guys don't
You
understand,
understand?
right here,
He never
What you guys
lost
don't
the dressing
understand.
room. He has not. He will never. If he loses the dressing room, they will fire him. It's very simple. Because you cannot fire 20 players. You will fire the coach.
The club wasn't
This
competent.
guy lost the dressing room. That's the problem.
That's a lie. I disagree. So let's look at stats, right?
I don't know what happened.
Stats don't lie. Let's look at stats. Someone, let me give them stats. Let's just hold on.
Please
right?
give them, please.
In 4 seasons, right? In 4 seasons, the only time Arsenal has gotten to 70 points is under who?
Emery.
Yes.
Emery.
In 4 seasons, the only time Arsenal has scored 70 something goals is under who? Unai Emery.
Emery.
Let's be serious here. Let's stop this nonsense. Emery is a better manager.
Final.
Not even.
Listen, guys. The last time we got into an European final, was under Arsene Wenger, right? Yeah, the Champions League final. Emery was next manager to take us into another Europa League final.
And we lost 4-1.
Let's show it.
No, we got into the final. That's what I'm saying. That's
So
progress.
what?
That is progress.
Specialty.
Let's talk about the league. I just gave you stats from the league. This is the league.
That's the league. Oh, that's the league.
The seasons are
Arsenal has
relative.
gotten 70 points in like 5 seasons, only under
And then
one
when
person.
we got to 70 points, what was our position? What was our
It doesn't
position?
matter. We got 70 points.
You can get 70 points, be top. You can get 70 points, be top 8.
No, but EJ, come on, EJ, don't do this. You just use
No,
the.
let me say this. Let me say this real quick.
Arsenal is judged against themselves. If you judge progress against yourselves, that has been your best progress in the league ever in 5 years. And you are saying this manager.
Ayo,
Okay.
Ayo,
You can say that
Emery.
Let me say this thing about Emery.
Emery
Let me
wasn't
say
a
this
good
about Emery
fit
real quick.
for Arsenal. You can say maybe it wasn't a good fit because either the club didn't like him, it was a good cultural fit. I can hear that.
Yeah.
I can hear that.
Don't
But
tell
say
me
Arteta is a better
he's
manager.
not better than Arteta. He's better than
Based
Arteta.
on what? Based on
I'll
what?
say
proof?
this.
There's no proof
Exactly.
that tells us that.
Based
Nothing.
on what? That's your question. Based
Yeah,
on the
what
fact
proof?
that he has a high, Arteta has a higher ceiling than Emery. So I'll put it like that. Maybe he's better
Okay,
right
sure.
now.
Yeah.
He's older. He has more experience. He has played more games. He has managed way more games than Arteta has. He had a
Like, we're
higher,
going to bookmark this
Arteta
thing
has
that
a
you just
higher
said.
ceiling.
5 years from now, we're going to bookmark this thing. We're going to come back.
He's gonna have to manage for 20 years for you to compare the bodies of work. Let's stop this. So
No.
I'm trying to
What's
say,
going on?
what tells you that Arteta has a higher ceiling than Emery? What's telling you that now?
Because
Everything. Everything tells me that.
Everything like
Everything.
war.
Everything.
Everything like war.
Arsenal style of play is very
Everything.
technical to watch. You guys try to say you're like City. You don't play like City. You play more like Everton.
We
under
don't play
Moyes.
like City, mate.
That's a
We
thing.
don't
I've
say we
told
play
that
like
group
City.
before. You
Nobody
guys
here
do
said
not
we
play
play
like
like
Man
City.
City. Arsenal do not
Nobody
play
here
like
said we
Man
play like City.
It was Ovi that was saying that. Ovi said that.
No, I said that is what they want. That is what we are aiming towards.
Yes, they are
That's
going
what
to
we are
take.
aiming towards.
Yes, they are still waiting to get there. Like we don't even see the proof.
No, we
That's
don't
what
have
we're
City
saying.
style. We're not saying that. He's not saying that.
No, nobody's saying that. I said that's what we want to play possession football.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. Doesn't mean we are doing it now. It means that's where we want to go.
But how long does it take to see signs, though, Ovi?
I have enough signs to see already. What else do I need to see? I mean, what else do you want to see?
If I play possession like City, Arsenal, it's play possession like City. I don't think I say. I don't think I want to play.
That's still not the point. Oh, well.
Ayo, you were bringing up stats of Emery winning how many points in a season?
Yeah.
Did Emery lose the dressing room in the first season? No, he had a good first season. There's nothing about that.
Okay.
I think that when he came and won the FA Cup, will anybody set fire after FA Cup? No,
Okay.
he did well. When you talk about fire Arteta is when he became 8th and we went on Europa League. But what I'm saying is, even in those times, Arteta never lost his dressing room. That's the difference. Emery lost the dressing room. He can't continue with him. He would have kept on losing. That's the difference. So you can't continue with him.
Lose the dressing room for a period.
It's over.
It happened under Social. What are you talking? Twice, Social lost the dressing room. But what happened was the club stuck and said, nah. And when you get good results, players come back on side. That's what happens. It happens every time in football. This idea that the dressing room means you're just going to lose it forever, it's a lie. You can lose the dressing room. When good come back, players come back on side.
Ayo, let me come in here. Every manager, right, at some point, in their managerial career, lose a dressing room. It's normal. Now listen. The way you undo your dressing room, right, is what happens afterwards, right? Arteta has been lucky, right, in the sense that the club wants him to be there, and some same players as well that still like him. That's why he was able to get rid of some same players. Simple as ABC. Emery could not do that. Emery could not do that because it was under Arteta that we got rid of Ozil, and we got rid of all these Socrates and all of them because they allowed Mikel Arteta to do that.
Correct. Because
he lost his dressing room as well.
All the power.
Okay, let me ask you this: when did he lose the dressing room? What time? When?
Listen.
They were starting on a long run, on a bad losing run. He lost the dressing room that time. Now let's
listen. Ovi, you just know. Ovi, listen here. See. When you're gonna know, right, is when the All or Nothing thing came out comes out on Amazon. You watch it, and that's going to tell you a lot about Arsenal dressing room. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but you're not watching either now, right?
See. No, I haven't watched it, but I could tell he lost the dressing room because how are you going to lose? How are you going to fall out with a top player like Aubameyang, right? And you're telling me Aubameyang hasn't got fans. He hasn't got his own style of players.
And we win the next 8 out of 9 games.
Yeah,
and everybody's unhappy. How? How is that happening?
Listen, you losing a dressing room does not mean every player, right, they're professionals.
What does it mean?
They'll come in, they'll do their job, they'll go. Now, sometimes when you use this room right here, other players do something stupid to get rid of you. Sometimes they just go as a normal professional state and just get rid of just do stuff normally.
So you didn't.
I was lucky, right here, that those players, right, just say, you know what, let's be professional, we're getting paid to do a job, let's do our job, let's go home. That's what happened. They did that job and they go home.
Let me ask you a question.
Let me ask you a question. I am sorry.
You don't have the 8th best squad. The Arsenal had the 8th best squad. 2 seasons in a row, Arsenal finished 8th. What are you talking about? He definitely lost.
But you're acting like Arteta was there for the 2 full seasons. Arteta came in halfway through a season and finished with FA Cup.
Right? He was there for a season and a half.
And that's why I said that was the time when people were like, this guy did not do well. That's what everybody said. When they said that, people like that, he didn't do it.
Come on, he did.
No.
8, Arsenal coming 8, and you're saying he didn't lose.
Because he came in the dressing room?
Sometimes losing dressing room is like, man, this tactics, we don't understand what this man is doing. That's the total.
No. Listen, look at. There's difference between your team is not doing well and you've lost the dressing room. There's difference between there's some unrest in the squad and you've lost the dressing room. There are 2 different things. Losing the dressing room is what Chelsea did when they finished 10th.
Okay.
So, and next manager came and won the league. That's why you lose the dressing room. If you keep the manager there, they were 15 or so when they fired the manager. They wound up being relegated because every single game you will keep on losing no matter what you do. You have lost the dressing room. That's different. Emery was great on good. There was a 5-match spell before he got fired that it doesn't matter what we did, we were going to lose because the players were down. They were done. That's different. That's different.
But do
You
you
know,
know what's funny? Yeah, do you know what's funny? Yeah,
at that
do
point.
you know what's funny?
If you keep him there, you keep losing.
Yes,
Do
absolutely.
you know
I
what's
think
funny?
how you gonna let me just because when you keep him, they will find a way to come back. That's the difference.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah, do you know what's funny? Emery never lost. Emery never lost 3 Premier League games in a row. He never did.
Yes, but they have lost the dressing room
Arteta did.
because he was
Arteta
losing.
did that.
Yeah,
Arteta
but
lost 3 Premier League games in a row. Emery
but that's
never
not
did.
the definition of losing the dressing room. They're two different
So
things.
what are you talking? Oh, okay. Then
Losing the dressing room is when the players
bro,
are no
you're
longer
shifting
playing for
goalposts,
you,
bro. You're
are no
shifting
longer
goalposts.
playing
That's
for
what
the
you're doing.
club.
Like,
That's losing the dressing room.
I am pretty sure there were
Arteta
periods
lost the first 3
when
games of
Arsenal
the
came
season.
8th. There were periods beginning of the season. Arsenal fans were saying it is clear. There were periods you, EJ, said it's clear the players are not playing for
Absolutely.
Arteta.
That's what
I
we're saying.
remember this, but you guys don't change the narrative again. It's okay. Let's move on.
No.
Like
Let's
Arteta,
Ayo, Arsenal have lost 3 games twice.
yeah.
And let me tell you what happened both times. After the first time we lost 3 games, beginning of the season, Arteta came out before the Norwich game and said the last 15 days have been the best days of my career. I thought the guy was going mental when he said
Do you
that.
know why? Do you know
No,
why?
but
They gave him a new contract. That's why.
No, after the first 3.
Games, that's why they gave him a new
No,
contract.
the beginning of the season, after the first 3, after Man City lost. Between Man City and Norwich, we had a international break. After we lost the first game of the season, 0 points, 0 goals, 9 goals against, no goals for, 0 points.
Yeah.
In 14-15 day break of international matches.
Yeah.
Arteta came out on the Thursday or the Friday before the next game and said the last 15 days have been the best of my career. Not because
Said that. He never 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 said that.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Bro.
Relax now. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Listen.
Let me finish the point now.
He said that, right? He said that after he lost 3 games in a row and we gave him a new contract.
No. I'm telling you, I'll send it to you. Ayo, don't be allowed to do with fact. I will send it to you.
That's fine.
After that first 3 games, he said it's best, and I thought the guy was going mental. But he said not because of anything, but because he saw the response of the club, the coaches, and the players to his methods, even after they lost those 3 games. Everybody was fighting on the training ground. And he said, you know what? This showed me that these people are ready to fight with me. That's what I'm saying. The next 3 times he lost 3 games, the club said, you know what? We know you're struggling. Yeah. But I told you we're going to give you a contract. If you make your top 6, we're offering you a contract again.
That's dumb.
And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't like context.
That is dumb from the club. No club will ever do that.
Fine. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know context. Yeah. The moment Arsenal confirmed top 6 was the day Arteta signed the contract. So the guy, you know what? If you make top 6, you get a new contract. And he had made it top 6. If at your job they tell you increase sales by 70%, and then we and they don't, you get a promotion. So that's what I told the guy, this is what's going to happen. Immediately we beat West Ham and we confirm top 6, they get the guy a new contract because that was probably the agreement that was beginning of the season.
Just to be clear.
And that's the base minimum. So he has done it already.
Just to be clear about that.
In all about this, Arteta has never lost his dressing room. Because once you lose the dressing room, the club will fight because they have no choice. Because you keep losing games. There's nothing anybody can do at that point. That's what I would say.
Okay, that's fair. It's fair point. Let's move on. In my opinion, just to be clear, before he was popular, I said that I thought he was a good manager. Halfway through, I was like, okay, I'm not too sure. Is it? And I still that's why I'm still at Arteta. He's decent. He's a decent manager. Maybe he'll do well, maybe he will not. I do not know. But the idea that we're going to sit down here and say Arteta has a higher ceiling than Emery based on one FA Cup competition, 8 place finishes, and 1 5th place finish is weird. It's just weird to me. But let's move on. That's weird.
It's not even about ceiling. In my own point, it's not about ceiling. I feel like right now is better already. Now already better. Okay. It's not about ceiling. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about ceiling.
That's weird. Yeah, that's a weird comment.
That's what I feel.
It's very weird. Yeah, you can feel anything. You can feel the sky is red. I mean, it doesn't matter. that's a feeling. There's no fact that backs it at all, for sure. 100%.
I mean,
you know, Arsenal needs. You said what?
I said you don't know. So
there's no facts that backs that though. That's a feeling.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So in your case, you just need facts. So he has to die and finish his career before you do the math and do the comparison.
mean, someone can come out now and say Nagelsmann has a better ceiling than Emery. Yes, absolutely, because there's things he's done, right? Taking like
What? Like what?
with like 18,
What has he
18
won?
budget. No, hold on, let me land. He won the German league. Like, before that, like he took 18 place budget team in Hoffenheim and they made Champions League. That's crazy. That's a crazy achievement in Germany. Leipzig, consistent Champions League, came second, Champions League semi-final. When you say that, like someone that's overachieved based on the resources, you say, oh, wow. If you tell me that person has a higher ceiling, I agree. He's not in Bayern. But now like based on what? It's
I think if you take Arteta to Bundesliga, I may do the same thing. I'm sorry.
No, that's
I don't know. I don't know who win the treble in Bundesliga.
People keep forgetting, right? People keep forgetting. To me, I still think Arteta, right, is not ready for club at Arsenal. It should be like a club, like let's say a mid-table club, like I would say, like West Ham, something like that, you know. But Arsenal, man, we have this massive fan base right here to a point where what we expect every season is quite high for Arteta to even come close of what we want. Arteta is using Arsenal right as a stepping stone right here into his career as a manager, and that is wrong for me personally because I believe that he's not ready for Arsenal. There are things right that I look at there are things that I look at in a manager that I know straight away that see in the next 5-6 years, right? I think I might become good, I become best manager in the world. But I just right now, I think he needs to learn how to manage a dressing room by managing a more smaller club.
Do you want him as our manager or do you want him doing that somewhere?
No. If you go and learn straight somewhere else, then come back to Arsenal later in the future. Right now, he's not ready for Arsenal. I'm telling you, you should go and learn how to manage the dressing room properly.
Okay.
How to manage.
But the stage where Arsenal is
players properly.
Arsenal is about to start a rebuild, right? You cannot have Conte doing what Arteta is doing. Conte won the league with Inter Milan, and the next season they told him we'll sell Lukaku. He said, "I resign." That's what happened, right?
You know, so it depends. It depends on what. It depends
on where Arsenal is.
See, Conte
was so bad.
Conte had a reason. Conte had a reason for leaving Inter Milan. He had a deal with them that you don't sell my best players to anybody.
We say the same thing now. So he won the league.
Once you break that promise right here, you promise him, or you actually sign with him that I won't sell any of our best players. I won't expect that he can leave. He can do that. He can leave.
And we're just going.
Yeah, but say the same thing, right? He won the league. They told him we don't have money. We need to sell a big player. He said, "I resign." Right? That's what happened. Right? So if tomorrow Harry Kane leaves, he will resign. Right? Or if Son leaves, he will resign, right?
For next season.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything, man. You can get that manager.
I'm just saying that. So that's what the kind of manager you want for a rebuild, right?
honestly, I will pick Conte twice over Arteta. I'm telling you, bro. It's
where we are at right now.
You leave us in one
right now.
Bro, give me a reason why you think Arteta is better than Emery or Conte. Give me a reason why.
I mean, I'm not saying that.
I never said that. I said from where we are, Arteta is good to control for what we're trying to do. I don't know. Emery, yes. I'm not mentioning Arteta and Conte. Why am I doing that? No. I said from where we are at, Conte would have resigned the moment we stood up and give resign.
See,
that's how we do. It's not going to work now.
Do you know right that naturally, if Arteta right submitted his CV right for that Arsenal job, and Emery did as well. If you look at the CV, both of them, right, you would not pick Arteta. You know that.
That's what happened the first time they got Emery now because Emery and Arteta both applied for the job, and they looked at Emery's CV and went with Emery, right? After 18 months, they realized, no, we made a mistake. Let's go and get the man we were supposed to get. That's what happened, right?
They made a mistake. They've made that mistake for 20 years. Forget about those people at Arsenal, man.
There's no proof that you didn't make a second mistake. There's no proof yet. Let's be clear.
Yeah, we don't know that, but for now, all we are looking for now is progress.
3 years in, how much? Almost £200 million spent, and this is not a beginning of rebuild. Let's be clear. People have been rebuilding for like 3 years.
Okay.
Ayo, it's weird. He has spent.
Ayo, you have a manager that has played 2 full seasons. His first season he came 8th. His second season he came 5th. You fire him?
No. I'm saying
So what's the problem? Because next season now, I'm ready to come 3rd.
you're not
If
starting a rebuild.
then I can fire you.
You're not starting
But
a
if you
rebuild.
go from 8th to 5th to 10th, what's the problem?
I get that. I get
There's no problem, right?
you do, that idea. You say you're starting a rebuild. This is not a start of a rebuild. You are in middle of a rebuild.
Right. It's going to take a long time.
Spent 200 million already, or close to.
Yeah. And he's
So
Why now?
so
That's true. But what I'm saying is, right now you can't fire that because he came from 8th to 5th, right? Like based on everything, it's probably that's in the right direction, right? If he moved from 5th to 8th, I can say, okay, this guy, what's going on? But he's from 8th to 5th. I'm hoping he's coming 3rd next season. What's also
we'll be there.
That's what people are pretending not to do. You're not looking at the context, and if you do, then
yeah, because he can say he came 8th twice. Well, he came 8th twice because when he came, we were 12th, and he took us to 8th. But they make the 8th seem like it's a bad thing. He were 12th or 14th when he came in. He brought us to 8th. And I complain about the 8th as if no, it's a bad thing. It's a good thing he did the first season. What's the problem?
That's fair.
Right. He only had one bad season. That was 6 years ago. When he finished 8th, and that's what the bad season he's had. This season was not great, but was okay. We'll move on.
No problem. Next season, though, like we'll have this conversation next season. It's very interesting next season.
My expectations.
Because Arsenal is not making top four. I can
No, next season you get my expectation. Don't worry.
Okay, Arsenal. I'm saying it now. Like season hasn't started. Arsenal is not making top four under.
Ayo.
You can take that to the bank and cash.
Ayo.
Okay.
Ayo, my thing is that next season, Arteta needs to get us into Champions League. Now he's lucky he's got 2 routes right here to that Champions League, right? He's got the Europa League and he's got the Premier League. Now, if he fails the both of them, that's where you guys will know what I'm talking about. This man is not ready. I'm telling you, it's gonna crumble. It's gonna crumble. I'm telling you, it's gonna crumble.
Wait.
Trust me.
Arsenal's needs for next season. Let's go. No more. Ovi, tell me which position do Arsenal need to target, and do you like the rumor transfers and signings? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. There are other things that I would have done differently if I had my way, but of course I don't have my way. A lot of people complain about Eddie Nketiah and all that, but I feel like that's wasn't a bad deal considering where we were and considering our Europa League. It's fine. I would have preferred a wide player that can play as striker. Someone like trying to think of somebody now. Someone like let me see. Maybe someone like Serge Gnabry, like just thrown out there. He's not even a good example. Let me see someone like I don't want Richarlison, but his profile. He can play as a striker, can play wide. Why I'm saying that is because that way you now have 3 options. Gabriel Jesus, the wide player that is also a striker, and Nketiah. So sometimes, even if Gabriel Jesus gets injured, it doesn't mean Nketiah will come in straight. But that's where I'm saying that from that position, I would have loved to have. I like Rafinha. I feel he's a very good player. I'm just saying I would have preferred if he was somebody that can also play as a striker. That way, if something happens to Jesus, you don't go straight to Nketiah. But that's just one thing. Most of the other things seem fine. They look like they are adding more creative players. They probably will add one defender. Hopefully Saliba stays. So I'm fine with all that. I would like to have another midfielder, another stronger midfielder for 8. I would like to see that, but I don't know. They talk about Tillemans, they talk about this. Nobody knows what's going on with that. But overall, I'm excited. They look like good signings. We are slightly punching over our weight based on our Europa League. But what I would say is Europa League is lighter on your squad than Champions League. Spurs can rest players for Champions League matches. They can rest. Arsenal can rest our starting lineup for Europa League matches, especially the group stage. So the first 6 matches of Europa League, I'm not expecting to see people like Saka starting those games. Unless we need to, at the end, we need to qualify or something. But that's just what I say. So, for where we are at, and the people that are linking us with, I have no problem. The only thing I would have preferred would have been a wide player that can also play as a striker. That way, we now have 3 striking options. But that's just me being extra picky. The quality of the players that are being linked are very good. Jesus looks good. Rafinha is a fighter. They will be fine with him if they choose him. They are a very, very technical player, so I'm fine with what they are doing. I don't know if they will still go for another 8, but I feel like we need to. We are sometimes light in midfield, so if they strengthen that, I think they will be fine. The party backup, I know a lot of people say party backup. I'm going well. I've got to be sober, but that wasn't going to happen on in with the body we're trying to do. I think El Neni and Lokonga are the backups for now. We will hope that those guys will continue to grow, especially Lokonga, and they will be fine. But if we're in Champions League, I feel like maybe we would have gone for Bisoma. But we're not in Champions League, and they have to. Everything is still within the. I know we're paying a lot of money, but it's still within the budget, and they have to prioritize what positions are more important to them than others. So I think for what they're doing, they look like this. Like party is important, but we have Lokonga and El Neni there just to make sure in case of emergencies. And I think that's fine. That's what I would say so far. It looks good. I'm excited.
Viera, what position does he play? I don't even know what position he plays. The Portugal
Who?
guys. Viera. Fabio Viera.
I mean, he can play as one of the 18 or 4-3-3. He can play wide. He's played both. He can even play as a false nine in the spot. I mean, predominantly he's going to. I see him as a backup for Odegaard, Saka,
Odegaard person.
or play. Sorry.
He's like Odegaard.
Yeah, I think so, but that would be light. I think to do that, you probably have to have someone like make sure you have Tierney, or if you buy Martinez, because you want to make sure your left back is strong. Because you can play a proper 4-3 like Man City if your back four is solid. But if you have Tavares, you can't play him on the left. Because that left guy is going to also help in defense, kind of. And I feel like it's too light. Like last season, when Tomiyasu dropped off, we were fine because we still had Tierney. But once we lost Tierney and Tomiyasu, we're now bringing in two attacking fullbacks. We lost the defensive balance. So that's why I feel he can play there, but I feel like then that means that to be someone like Tierney playing. You can't play him and play Tavares. I think that would be too much. So well, I mean, that's why I see either as an 8 or wide. So I think he'll be fine. He'll get games.
Sam, what position do you target? You like your
honestly,
target?
so far, right? Yeah. The only signing I think I'm actually excited about is just Gabriel Jesus. That's it. Fabio is alright, but he's not better than Odegaard to me. So I think I mean, obviously he's gonna help out. You know, he's gonna probably play cup games and all that. You know, so we can give Odegaard the rest, which is really good. And but we getting linked to players like Rafinha and both Scott, Martinez and all of them. I don't get it. I don't understand. The fact that we're going to be spending close to about 50 million or 60 million on Rafinha makes no sense to me. Because now, personally, I'm thinking we've got rid of two strikers, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We had two strikers in Aubameyang and Lacazette. These are top level strikers before they came to Arsenal. And they stopped level. Now we couldn't get into top 4 with those two strikers, except our B-Tech Pep. Our B-Tech Pep in Mikel wants to start playing like Pep, where he doesn't need a proper striker. He wants to use wingers to gain and get goals and all that. Except that. But aside that, you cannot get rid of Aubameyang and Lacazette, right? And expect to replace them with Nketiah. Nketiah could not even bench Lacazette, bro. He only played when Lacazette was tired, bro. He could not bench Lacazette. Now you've got Nketiah in, right? And now you've got Gabriel Jesus, bro. Gabriel is all right. I'm not going to lie to you. And also, Gabriel can play from the wing as well. I've seen him play from the wing a lot. So for more Ovi is saying right, he can play from the wing, which is really good. But the fact that we're going to spend another 50 or 60 million on Rafinha makes no sense to me. And the fact also, that we're going to be spending another close to about 40 million on Martinez makes no sense to me, bro. Because Martinez, right here, is a natural centre back. Though he can play left back, he can play a DM, which is really good. But at the same time,
the Ajax guy,
yeah, that's guy. But at the same time, we've got White that can play as CDM as well. We've got Tomiyasu that can play centre back as well. Now we've got William Saliba back, and we still got Rob Oden as well there, centre back. We've got way too much centre back to be buying another centre back for 40 million. It makes no sense to me.
Can I chime in there real
Listen,
quick?
now, listen. Now, we're planning on getting Rafinha right here for about 60 million. We still got Pepe. We haven't even sold Pepe yet. It makes no sense. Get rid of Pepe, right? Then buy Rafinha to come in. We probably get stuck Pepe till next season again. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. It's like get rid of Pepe. It's like get rid of Pepe, right? Yeah. Then you use the money to buy Rafinha, which makes total sense. I understand that. You know what I mean? But you cannot have Pepe on that team still, and you're buying another winger. It makes no sense. Then also
the other way around, though. Sam, sometimes clubs like to do the other way around, right?
Okay. But but we've got history though. We've got history. We can't sell shit, bro. We cannot even sell Pepe. Why? We cannot even sell tomatoes, right? On eBay. We can't sell shit, bro. So we probably get stuck with Pepe still. We cannot sell players. We're useless when it comes to selling players, bro. Bellerin right, went to Spain, came back. His club in Spain don't want to buy him because they're expecting us to just rip his contract off and let him go for free.
Yeah.
Torreira got about 3 or 4 man of match in Italy. He was their best player in Italy, and they couldn't buy him. They don't want to buy him because they know we'll end up letting him go for free. We cannot sell players, bro. Gabriel had 1 year left on contract, and we're buying him for close to 40, 50 million. Bro, come on, we cannot sell players. We know that. So we probably get stuck with Pepe for another 1 season again. And it makes no sense. You cannot have Pepe 72 million on the bench and you go and buy Rafinha for another 6 million. It makes no sense to me.
So you prefer that
money at Lille, right? I've seen Pepe play as striker as Lille. At Lille before he came to Arsenal. He played as a striker as Lille before he came to Arsenal. So if you want to play that you want to use your winger as a striker, you can use Pepe as well. But then again, if you don't Pepe, get rid of him because we cannot sell players. Now, if you want to get another left back, get proper left back. Don't get one that can just cover for left back or center. No, I don't want that. Get proper left back. Martinez, right, is not a left back. He's a centre back, a natural centre back. Now, I want to bring him in and come and play left back. It makes no sense.
Rojo, it'd be like Rojo. Rojo
exactly 2.0. My point, bro. He's gonna mess up.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah, so prof, my problem, right? My problem is we got rid of 2 key players on our team, right? Two matured, experienced strikers in Aubameyang, and like I said, and we haven't replaced them. Jesus, right? He's good. He's gonna come in, get about probably, and also I can't see Jesus getting us about 25 goals a season. I cannot see that, bro. It's not a type of player that will get you 25 goals a season. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, that's fair.
So now, what I'm thinking now, I think I wants to do is he wants to use the Pep style of using wingers, like what Liverpool is doing right now, to get goals and all that, which is fine. I haven't got an issue with that. But I just know for a fact, I'll be right here, right? And EJ and Evie's going to apologize to me, telling me, Sam, you're right about Arteta. He's full of shit. He's crap. Sorry to say, bro. And honestly, I'm telling you, right, him and Edu, right, they're the worst ever signing we've made in our lives. Edu, I don't like that guy for nothing. Edu paid 3 million, for a young boy, 17-year-old. What's his name? Is he Marquinhos? He's there, bro. 3 million. A player going for free. He paid 3 million for that player. Where is he now? We haven't even heard about him. Is he gonna play? Is he gonna go on loan? We don't even know. We don't know.
The youth project, I mean.
Can I say something real quick?
We've got enough youth, man. We've got enough youth. We don't need another one.
We have 1.5 hours in Obi. Can't say anything anymore. No more. EJ, let's go.
I'll be concise.
Okay.
Just a few things, real quick. Sam mentioned Aubameyang, Laka replaced, right? I understand they're 2 big strikers, but Aubameyang scored like 5 goals last season in the league, right? Or something like that. Laka scored 4 goals and 3 goals, 1 penalty in the whole season, right?
Yeah.
They might have been great players before, but right now they are not good strikers anymore. That's one thing.
Still.
Okay. bro.
In the right formation is okay, right? That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Let me tackle that before you go far. Let me tackle that before you go far.
Was in Barcelona. Stop that.
I would have preferred us, right, to give Lacazette a 1-year contract and keep him as a top striker than Nketiah. I'm telling you.
What?
Rather than
Okay, that's my turn. My turn.
Rather than before your turn, let me finish this so you can enter you. I won't disturb you.
Go.
Rather than sign Lacazette a new contract, I will sign Mika Bird as my second choice striker. Let me put it that way. So let's go. But we all know that when Arteta used to play Oba, he wanted him to be more hardworking, right? Arteta wants a hardworking striker.
Yeah.
So I would prefer a Darwin Núñez or Victor Osimhen, whatever. But Arteta, based on what he's trying to do, based on the finances they have, they feel like it's supposed to be a good fit. So for them, I have no complaints with that. The issue is we cannot complain that why have you not sold Pepe before you buy Rafinha? Great players are on the market, don't just have the whole market to wait. Okay. Like we're coming here to take an opportunity that Barcelona is struggling with money. So we can't just wait and say let's sell Pepe first before we come and buy this guy. That's not how it works, right? Marquinhos, we all know we're Nigerian people now. We know how this thing works. The guy, a lot of times you see them buying all good Brazilian players. We're not in discussion. They want to have that footprint there. They say, okay, this guy, we know that next month will be free, but take this envelope, 3M. Next time the next Richard Junior is coming, we want to be in the discussion.
Edu is a fraudster, man. Edu is a fraudster.
Right? That's what pretty much that is.
Listen,
that's what that is, right?
We're gonna end up selling that guy.
No, we can't be complaining about that. Everything
is a fraudster, man. You can't just give out 3 million for nothing, bro.
We can't be complaining about that. We cannot say, oh, you cannot want to buy Rafinha unless Pepe is sold, because you have good players are not going to wait for you.
Okay.
Number one, we are telling Jesus, leave Man City, come to Arsenal. Why should he come to Arsenal? We're telling you know what?
Because it's not getting games there. Because it's not getting games.
You're going to be our number 9. You're going to be our number 9.
Fair enough.
That's what was telling to the guy.
Yeah.
So you're not buying a guy by Osimhen, because the guy will be like, what's going on here? You thought I was going to be number 9, right? Eddie Nketiah will not lose it for free. He said, you know what, Eddie? Sign this contract. We will bump you up. Even if we sell him, you never forget the English under 21, no, highest scoring player for England under 21. Sign this contract. Because next year they can sell him for 25 million if they want to. Right? They don't keep him forever. The contract is to protect Arsenal. After 1 or 2 years, we can say, Eddie's not working, no. You still want to go to Crystal Palace? I will sell him and make 20 to 30 million. So the club has to act like a big club.
Ovi, you're forgetting that we cannot sell players, bro. People keep forgetting that part. People keep telling me, he's selling thing, he's young, we can sell it. Bro, we cannot sell players.
Sam,
bro.
You cannot sell what someone does not want, right?
Players, you should know that by now, bro.
Someone does not want. Why do I able to sell players? If you put Saka on the market, see whether you won't buy him. Was it not last season that Aston Villa was making bid for a misfit role? Sell him now, because they want the good players, right? Yeah. Once you do well at a club, other clubs will come for your players. Chelsea because they're doing well. If I better, we'll be selling those players.
In 10 minutes, so I'm jumping in. I have to jump in. I have 10 minutes. All
right, let's go.
I think Arsenal might not be learning from their history, because Manchester United are in the same boat. They might not. I'm not saying for sure. I don't think Arsenal is fully learning in their history of giving back.
We're not learning, bro. Not at all.
I think, just my opinion, from what I'm seeing, and United making the same mistake. But EJ, signings, let's go. Three signings.
I'll let you guys. I think I would have liked a cover for Tierney just because he gets injured a lot. But apart from that, that's fine. I'm going to say this. Use my time. I don't care about signings. Talk about Eddie Nketiah, which I think was the best decision we did to keep that kid on board. Now, I've been following him since he came on the scene and just scored like 2 goals against, it was Norwich in, I think it was Carling Cup. Either Carling or FA Cup.
Carling Cup,
okay. And I was like, dang, this kid is special. And then we didn't see him again, and we saw him back and forth and all of that. And then I would say this season, Even physically,
the
you
more
can
fit.
see the difference. Like you can see, it's almost like he grew taller, he grew bigger, he looks stronger. He's more in touch with his body. He has better awareness. He's faster. Forget it. If we had let this kid go, we would be crying next season. That's what I promise you guys.
Yeah, the Arsenal, mate.
You don't see the future. I see it.
Oh my God, man. Oh God.
The same player that says sell Eddie will say, how come he's going for free? How come we let him go for free? He's playing well now. The same people.
So as for these other people, I'm happy to see what's going on. I think I don't like what Aya is saying because he usually accuses his team of just buying anyhow and then trying to plug and play. I don't think that's what we're doing. So I don't see.
What did I say? What did I say? When did I say that?
He said we're making the Manchester
Same
United.
mistake as Man U. I'm like, no.
Manchester United error to buy any player
I did not say that. I didn't talk about buys. I said Arsenal might not have learned from their giving contracts. Like this whole let's give Eddie 100,000, giving bad contracts to players. Like at time, like knowing when to let players go. That's what I'm saying. Arsenal has. I don't think they've learned from that. Yeah, I don't think. I personally don't think she's a Ketia.
Yeah, of course. Nobody else sees it. Don't worry.
That's fine. That's okay. That's all right. You don't have to. Any other position? Or you sell left back? Oh, you're fine with
everything else. I think we're taking care of. Left back, I don't like that Tierney guy. I mean, great player, but he's glass ankle. I can't do it.
Expectations for next season. I'm moving us quickly now. EJ, still you're talking.
Top 4.
Top 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So Arsenal doesn't make top 4. What happens?
I to see what happened. Why that didn't happen? Like I'm very reasonable. I'm rational.
Nah, Arteta has to go, mate. Arteta has to go.
Don't see what happened. Like, what if 7 players die?
You're sitting on the fence. I don't like it.
What if 7 players die? I know it's not likely, but if 7 players die,
on the fence right now. I don't like you, Jay. I don't like it.
Okay, top 4. Okay.
Me? Yeah, I mean, top 4. When I say top 4, I expect Arsenal to realistically be pushing for 3rd place. And I don't mean top 4 that we come 5th and we win Europa League. I expect top 4 and a cup. That's my expectation. So I expect either Europa League or FA Cup. I want one of them with top 4. That's what I want. If Arsenal make Champions League, then I'm fine. If Arsenal win Europa League and make top 4, give the man a new contract. Simple. That's it. That's my stance. Yeah, that's it.
Increase contract again.
Because you only have 2 years left at the end of the season, right? If you make top 4, you make 3rd, and you win Europa League, you reach FA Cup semi-final, give the man a new contract. What else do you want?
That's progress. It's progress.
That's real progress. So that's why I see it. So if they can come, the least I expect from the league is 4th. And that I'm not taking that. I'm not even going to take Europa League over that. I want to see progress. I want to see 3rd or 4th. That's it. And then anything else is bonus. Europa League, FA Cup, that's fine. But you must make top 4. That's my first way. If you don't make that, then we can have a discussion about maybe the guy is not done enough for the job. That's it.
New contract. Wow. So if he gets that new contract, the following season, that's not thanks. What happens?
Yeah, you got to reward good things, right? If Arteta comes 3rd, wins Europa League, reach 7 of FA Cup, what again do you want him to do?
I will just wait for 1 month.
That's why I see. If he barely makes 4th, if he barely makes 4th, and we got the Europa League semi-final or Europa League quarter-final, therefore just leave it as is. No problem. But if it does well, comes 3rd, wins the Europa League, wins FA Cup, or comes semi-final, then why not give him a new kind of what are you waiting for again? What do you want to see? That's the way I see it. But you must take top 4. That's my own. You must take top 4.
We're gonna social. We saw this before. This new contract thing.
Listen.
I just hold on. Okay. Hey,
what I'm gonna.
You know what I mean?
Obi wants us to give Arteta a public holiday. Arteta holiday. In the UK, bro. It's not gonna happen, bro. That is never gonna happen here in the UK, bro. See, listen, my own thing, right, for next season is get us into Champions League. That's all I want.
So we all want the same thing.
If you win the Europa League, right, and come 6th in the league, I don't care. Right? You've got me a trophy, and wait, listen, you've got me a trophy, right, which is a European Cup, and obviously you're playing Champions League football. That's what matters to me. If you get into top 4, right, and you fall out of Europa League, I don't care. Just get me into the Champions League next season. That's my own. It's as simple as that.
That should be
Now
the minimum.
he's got 2 options to get into to get us there, which is a lot better for him as well. So all the best to him, right? Like I said, I don't really care because I'm not like EJ and Evie, right? I'm Ovi, they've got high hopes for Arteta next season. I'm not. I'm out of it. You know what I mean? Mine is just I'm gonna sit down somewhere, watch Arsenal play. You know, I'll support them. You know, when it's all good, and at the same time I'll think properly like I always do, and I'll support them as well when it's bad. But personally, I think it's time for Arteta to leave because I personally think that guy's got nothing to offer. Honestly, that's my own thing anyway. But next season is gonna cement what I've been saying for a while now, right? That Arteta needs to leave. If I'm very sure he's gonna bottle it next season. Trust me, bro. Because you know he's gonna bottle it, yeah? This man he's trying to build his team around Partey. And Partey, to me, is gonna get injured again. Because that man is old. And once Partey gets injured, that's it. We're done again. We're done. I'm telling you. Partey is old, man. He needs to. He's African. He's my
Have you
African
seen his birth
brother.
certificate? How do you know he's old? He's only 29. How do you know he's
The
old?
knees are gone. The knees are gone. The back are gone, bro.
He's only 29.
Bro, 29, that's 7 years on top of his ass 36, bro. That's how he is. He's 36, bro.
Let's take comment. Some Priscilla says some people are more concerned about Viera than Arsenal doing well. Fair enough. One thing I'm going to say this because I like both sides playing devil's advocate. This is what everybody was saying about Jola. When Jola was saying this, when United came second, people were coming with him with knife and forks that, oh, Jola, you are concerned. He was proved 100% on the money. So I'm saying, if there's somebody that has a different opinion, maybe listen to him. Because sometimes we like to die on heels because we too are trying to be right by supporting managers. So that's all I'm going to say at the end of it. So my own expectation
I think all of us to see
how you exactly to go at me properly.
I'm enjoying it.
Go at me.
That's my expectation. Can I say that question too?
Why would we compare Ole to Arteta? I mean, I don't want to start that argument, but that's
no. I'm just saying it's
that's the short answer.
You can. In a way, you can because you know the reality is both of them at that level they were inexperienced. They've never done that before, right? Both of them.
They had more. He coached like
at that level.
Yeah, he coached Cardiff City.
Okay.
Yeah, Cardiff City. So yes, I mean at the level of Manchester United, Manchester United are top level clubs. They've never coached before at that level.
Yeah. 2,
they came with like a lot of criticism. They had a lot of criticism when during their bad period, and it got to a point he overachieved. He came third and second, right? And everybody was like, you see, I was right about him. You see, when it was time to now push on, he overachieved. Yeah, when it's time to push on to the next level. Right, push on to level like challenge for titles, bought more players, which is kind of where Arteta is. And I'm not saying challenge, but like Arteta has been there now for 2 years now. Yeah. So the next level of signings that's will cement the club to like those are usually where that experience comes in. That's what I've seen.
I would say I thought I've not even reached a point where he has gone like seventh place to where he has to drop down. The way
no. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Arsenal at that level now where to push to the next level, whether it's top 4, third, like Ovia said, those next level signing to cement the pieces, to plug the holes and make them the club that like, okay, we are now at the final level of pieces. That's where Arsenal kind of are, So if he gets this right, then okay, you guys are right about him. Usually, from what I see and we've all seen, this is the point where coaches that are not the people, this is where they get it wrong. Usually, it's where they get it wrong. So
yeah, but that's why I'm not saying Arteta is the man. What I'm saying is he's making progress. If next season doesn't make progress, then we have to have a discussion. But until then, it's making progress, and I can't complain with progress. That's it.
You have the people like the true Ole inners. What do you call them? I don't know. They're probably more diehard Arteta supporters than we are. I think we're just not hypercritical like Sam.
Yeah, that's it. I'm reasonable, like saying, you know what, if he does well, I'll keep him.
I reserve the right mid-season to change my mind. And
exactly. Next season,
do you know what's funny, right?
Actually, where you guys are, like that's how I was.
the
was like,
level
most
OV,
of the notes. That's where I was.
the level OV and EJ are right now. I was at that level at certain point. I tell you that. Honestly, bro,
Well, I
if you
remember.
speak to my to my friend Toby Odumusu, right? Yeah, shout out to him, right? He's gonna tell you I was at a level where I tell you where I was at. Do you know what I mean? I like what he's doing and all that. But bro, if it gets to a point, yeah, you give somebody a rope, it gets to a point where you be like, you know what? It's enough. I've had enough. And me personally, I've had enough of Arteta. Honestly, the only way where he's gonna convince me that he wants to start Arsenal is if he gets into the Champions League top 4 or so.
Okay,
Or
so
wins
if
me,
he does that next
or wins
season,
me the Europa League. That's it.
okay, if he does that next season, then what happens for you?
He can carry on. No new contract, nothing. He's not getting any public holiday or
Okay, what about if he does it back-to-back season? If he does it back-to-back season, what happens?
bro. If that happens, right? Yeah, okay, I'll say okay,
Yeah.
give him another contract. He's done
Okay,
well.
so okay.
But if
Like
he
I
doesn't
said,
get us in top 4 next season, right? I've got plans for him already anyway. I've got plans for him. My boys
don't go
in
to his house,
London.
bro. Don't
My
go to his
boys in
house.
London, they'll pay me a
Hey,
visit.
you know, no, don't say that. So this is my expectation.
Don't go to his house,
joking.
bro.
I'm
Please.
joking.
Don't be like United fans.
I'm joking, man.
Pull up his house. My expectation for next class now. For you guys to come 7th, you know, have a terrible season, so that the banter train can continue. Because I'm going to cook all season next season. I'm ready to cook. You know, because hey,
Honestly, right?
I know my team is we're going to have a bad season, so I just want another person to join me. That's what I'm waiting for.
If we come 7, you guys come in 8.
Hey, it's fine. It's okay. We're just going
Straight
to
up,
banter each
man.
other.
Forget
That's
about
what
it.
we do. Social media banter. That's what we do. That's where we are. That's where we are. Because we're not coming for any titles, just banter on social media. So I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. We've come to the end of the show. Prince AY, thanks for supporting us in the comments. Sam, it was good to see you. Next season, hopefully, maybe we should review. Maybe we'll try to get you on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm ready, bro.
Try to bring you on
shot.
again.
Yeah.
No problem. Ovi, thanks for coming, as always, for your time. EJ, as you know, thanks for everything. Say, anyway, the crazy that we go regularly. Hey, no problem. I'm just looking for partners to join us. For everyone, like, share, subscribe. We're out.
Take care, guys.